name is Jenn Iverson, and I have no impressive title. I am not the founder of any great organization, and I am not a PhD in any subject. I feel like I'm a regular citizen of the United States, the country that I love. I'm also a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I feel like my faith and my relationship with God and my love for people informs every decision that I make. So my husband Ben, on the other hand, is a PhD economist. He's devoted his life's work to being a skilled researcher. He's excellent at sifting through information from trusted sources and piecing things together. And so I urged Ben to put together some videos because we both feel very strongly about the upcoming election. So Ben and I both feel strongly that Donald Trump does not represent our values well and hasn't made decisions that are great for our country. We love our country and love the ideals that we feel America should represent. We would love to be able to see the next 4 years go in a direction that we feel coincides with our values and beliefs and go in a direction that we're proud of. And that's why we're doing this. Whether you agree with that sentiment or not, we hope that your interest is piqued enough that you'll at least stay tuned and listen with an open mind for some of the ideas that might help you to make a more informed decision come November, or actually the end of October, about a month from now when you need to send in that ballot.
Hi, my name is Ben Iverson, and welcome to The Ramble, a series of videos about the upcoming presidential election. Let me just tell you a little bit about myself, and then I'll tell you why I'm making these videos. So I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I have a wife and 5 kids. I grew up in Utah, but I've lived around the country. I've lived on the East Coast. I've lived in the Midwest. I got a PhD in economics from Harvard University, and I'm currently a business school professor at Brigham Young University, so I'm living back in Utah now. And I've been voting in elections for about 20 years. I voted for both political parties in previous elections. Probably more often than not, I've voted on the conservative side. But this election, I'm going to be voting for Joe Biden. And I think this election matters a lot, and so I'm making these series of videos to talk about it and kind of why I'm making that choice. So I grew up in a household where the Republican Party was like pseudo-religious. Maybe in my whole community it felt that way. Not that there was an explicit connection between the church and the Republican Party or anything like that, but from my youthful perspective, it just seemed like the Republican Party had a corner on good morals, and there was like a connection between righteousness and right-wing ideas and policies. And I don't know, I'm sure mostly my viewpoint has changed as I've gotten older and matured, but I certainly don't think things are as black and white today as they seemed to me back then. But at the same time, it does seem like this connection between Christianity and the Republican Party has carried forward to today. But it doesn't seem as clear cut. You know, for me, as a member of the Church of Jesus Christ, there are clear Christian reasons why I would not feel good about voting for Donald Trump. And at the same time, as an economist and as a professor, I think there are clear policy reasons why Joe Biden has some policies, at least, that are better for our country overall. And so these series of videos, I'm going to talk about some of those issues. My sense from talking to people is that a lot of people who have values similar to mine are feeling quite torn about this election. On the one hand, they don't necessarily like Trump's character or the decisions that he's making, and on the other hand, they don't feel entirely comfortable voting for liberal policies. And I think that's totally understandable. You know, a political candidate is a combination of morals and character and policies and beliefs. And it's unrealistic to expect that one candidate's beliefs and policies are going to line up 100% with what I believe or with what anyone else believes. And that makes it tricky. It's hard to weigh all of those things in the balance. But at the same time, I think that also means that we can't be single issue voters, that you can't just sort of put on your blinders and say, well, this one policy really matters a lot to me, because that's kind of like ordering a meal from a restaurant and only focusing on one part of the meal when you're forced to eat the whole thing. That just doesn't make sense. And so I've made a series of videos talking about what I think are the 6 kind of biggest issues for me and things that I think matter a lot in this election. So I want to talk about immigration. I'm going to talk about nationalism. I'll talk about the economy, of course, as an economist. I want to talk about Trump's moral character. I'd like to talk about the Supreme Court, and I will talk about Joe Biden as a candidate and why I feel quite comfortable voting for him. At the end of the day, we're all going to have to weigh these different issues in the balance, and that's not going to be easy. We'll have to make a choice. My hope is that by putting these videos together in one spot, it gives people a spot to at least see my perspective across these different issues as someone who is relatively centrist as far as politics go, who has read a lot of academic papers about the economy and about different policies, and is also a Christian and someone who is trying to follow Christ. And I hope that this is helpful for other people as they wade through thinking through all of these issues. I want to make it very clear that I'm not affiliated with any political party. I'm not being paid by any political party. I'm not seeking to get paid by anyone. And also my comments don't necessarily reflect the viewpoints of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints or Brigham Young University. They're simply my own thoughts, and I'm just putting them out there publicly in case they're helpful for other people to hear my perspective. So feel free to share them with other people, and thanks so much for watching.